hate me into the ocean as I use X amount of words to communicate this wire as it's drilled into your earbone when we introduce BlueOctober in Little Rock, Arkansas. New album, new tour. We are so excited. Welcome, guys. I appreciate it so much.
That's awesome.
This is so freaking great.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, I can't even explain how excited I am to be sitting in the tour bus with BlueOctober. Emotional. I mean, tell you what. Just introduce yourselves real quick.
All right.
I'm Jeremy, I play drums.
Justin, I'm the singer on my good days.
CB guitars.
Matt, bass guitar.
Ryan, violinist.
Cool. And I've kind of seen your music evolve, and one of the biggest steps that I've seen is in this CD. I've been listening to it for a little longer than most have had the opportunity, and it's coming out when?
April 4th.
April 4th?
Yeah.
God, I'm so excited I can't even catch my breath. You guys, I mean, honestly, your music is like therapy.
Thank you.
You know?
Well, when we got off the road last time, I just asked my manager if I could go away for a while because there had a lot of stuff going on in my life that I just needed to write about and get it out. None of the songs were really written and none of the songs were really finished by that time, and so I went up there and stayed for about 3 months and just finished writing and then got the guys to come out there to start putting parts down, and it was a different way of it's a different way this time because we usually rock out to all the songs like on stage as we write them on the road, and so everybody knows about the time we go to the studio. But this time nobody knew any of the songs when they got in the studio, and they had to relearn them or learn them right as. And there was no rules in production. It was just a free vibe thing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That kind of thing.
Right.
We weren't going for any kind of format. We just threw it like colors against the wall, and next thing you know, we got foiled.
Well, definitely. I love what's stuck. I really do. I really have enjoyed the change but not that I didn't like the old music. The old music was just, I've got some emotional experiences with y'all you don't even know about.
Yeah.
I think the blue, the ocean, the water, the colors. I see that. Tell me a little bit more about like what's going on there.
Well, it's kind of like when someone asks me how do you write a song, I'm like, I really don't remember. So and then I was looking at the CD the other day and I noticed that just the imaging of foiled, it was very blue, and then I noticed the context in the album of like the ocean and things like that, and it just kind of mended itself together with silvers and blues. Nice kind of vibe, but we didn't shoot for it. It just kind of came out like a blanket of blue and silver. So
right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the drums and how they came together in this piece.
Well, Justin was writing a bunch of the songs, and he would send us stuff like snippets as he would finish it, and it would have like a little Justin playing electronic drum kit thing on it. And it was real like scarce and simple, and he was like, here, do something with this. And so, he basically just try to write what's best for the song, and for each song, take it into consideration. And, maybe he already had what was needed for it. It just needed to be recorded,
right?
With real drums.
Right.
Or maybe I had some ideas on a couple of other songs that, that got to stay.
I can understand that.
So, it was cool. It came from a little different place. A couple of the songs are a little more of like a driving, like one of them was kind of like a dance kind of a
what song is that?
X amount of words.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, really. Taking that song on was a little bit of a different challenge as far as drums. But it was all fun.
We did get to use timpanis though. That was really cool.
Yeah, I got to play timpanis for the first time.
Big room and these two timpanis, and Jeremy just like boom, boom. I was like, this is just bad. Never got to set up in a huge LA studio where Rage Against the Machine and Tom Petty recording. We're sitting in there in the studio going, hey, tune them up a little bit. Now bang them. Boom, boom. Like, this is just shit.
That's awesome.
It was cool. Yeah.
Sure. Now I saw earlier. I took a picture of a violin that was all in pieces. It was like the headless violin. How did that come out? Okay.
Yeah, it worked out. Our wonderful drum tech, who's a great solderer, and I'm not a very good solderer, and so he helped me put it all back together. So
I'll tell you what. I know that's important.
It is important,
especially to this band. The solo alone. When you say the solo, everybody in the world who's ever listened to BlueOctober knows what they're talking about.
Right.
Where did that come from?
Oh wow. The name is a medical reference to taking medication as needed, PRN, and ever since I was a kid, taking violin lessons, my teacher would always have me think of stories to the songs, to make up stories to the songs that I was playing to help. Worst weekends in my life, I guess, and months. I take little pieces from my life to make up sort of a song, and there's ups and downs of a particular strain of things in my life, and so
I know we can feel
I play it as needed.
Yeah.
To
Right on.
Well, I hope we get to hear it tonight. That's going to be awesome. Now, fellas, I kind of know you guys. We've hung out a little bit. Pick your favorite song. And I know that's kind of a hard thing, but
From us?
from y'all.
individually,
Yeah.
I'd say Quiet Mind.
Okay.
Black Orchid.
Yeah.
We're talking about every album, right?
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Jerry, you go ahead.
I think Conversation by Radio.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's that. Good. Bring one back from the past.
I'd have to say it's up there between Amazing and Into the Ocean for me. Yeah, totally. But that could change tomorrow. You know? Matt?
I'd say either Schizophrenia or I'm a big fan of She's My Ride Home, which is on the new album. The drums in that song, man. That's
Okay.
not that I really like you or anything. I just like the drums.
Thanks for the compliment.
Thank you very much. Goulet.
Oh no! We have a really good friend who was Goulet for Halloween, and it's
really?
just stuck.
Oh,
He
God.
was actually inside Juanita's and saying
Goulet.
Goulet. Yeah, we don't call. CB, tell me a little bit about the guitars in the new album. I want to feel that from you.
Well, you know, when Justin was out in LA, when he came back, he had actually played some different parts on piano and stuff like that. So some of it I just translated over to my style of guitar playing. The song 18 Floor Balcony we actually wrote in the rehearsal studio getting ready to go back out. We had been off for like a month, and we went into the studio just to kind of freshen up. And everyone took a break, and I was still in there. I was just playing this little thing, and he's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "I don't know." Well, hold on, keep playing it. And he started singing. By the time the guys came back, we had like the song done. Like,
That was weird.
it was really cool. And that song was literally done in like 5 minutes. It's kind of weird.
The creative process is really neat.
Yeah.
Where did the music come from?
It just happens.
It happens,
He just
yeah.
starts playing, or I start playing, or Ryan starts playing, or Matt will hit a note, or something. But one thing that was cool about when we were recording CB's guitars is the first time that we had a choice of like putting like a Vox, a Marshall, a Mesa, a Fender Twin, and just micing them all up and go, which ones you like, which ones, okay, let's take fucking 16 takes
Yeah.
and let's mash them together for Sound of Pulling Heaven Down to make it sound so. We didn't want a certain G, we just wanted it to be vomit through the whole thing, and it was awesome because we had, I swear to God, about 30 takes of different guitars and just mashed them down to 4 tracks and then just smashed them in there. So
Well, tell me about the name.
that came from a long time ago when I was just, every teenager goes through a lot of crap, and it was just one of those things where I was just doing way too many drugs and sitting around the house, and I wanted to make something positive with the negativity. And so I looked to my man, and it was just in October, and I was just like, let's start, because it seems like every October that comes around something shitty happens, so let's do something good with this. So there's the name.
That's cool.
It did seem to fit with the type of music that we were playing at the time.
Yeah.
It was very Red House Painters and Idahoish, and just sort of fall into a mood and play, and so it felt good. It was a good name.
Nice and lucid.
That's right.
We really kind of do this for. It's like some people are like, "How are you dealing with the fame and stuff?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?" We're just normal dudes, but I appreciate that. That'll keep me going for another week or so.
It's just like you said, we're in it to touch people. That makes our day, to hear that.
Where did Calling You come from? It's my favorite song.
I was just on the road a lot, and I wrote it as like a birthday gift kind of thing. It was actually up really late one night and just had this riff going in my head in the back of the van, and this calling you to see if you're sleeping or you're dreaming. Are you dreaming? Oh, and then just formed it around that. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys gonna play that tonight?
Yeah, second song. Awesome. Totally. It's great asking. So.
What's the significance of you guys being in Little Rock all the time?
Because you guys have welcomed us with open arms.
That's right. Great fans.
Awesome.
Hell
And
yeah.
the Mexican food's great.
Yeah.
When
And also the queso.
too much rock for one hand. Juanitas, baby. Juanitas.
Thank you, BlueOctober. Check out Foiled, April 4th.